Seven most ignored spots in a man's body. Seven most heterogeneous spots in a man's body. Hey there, welcome here. So today I am going to be talking to my women. You know, women, we feel that we are the only ones that have some sensitive spots in our body. No, it is not actually true. A man has a lot of sensitive spots on their body that's it being ignored by the women. Women just want take, touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me. The same way you want to be touched, the same way you feel excited when you are touched. So there are sensitive parts in a man's body that makes them go gaga. Number one, the ear. You see this ear? The ear is one of the sensitive spots in a man's body. When you touch a man's ear, it has a way of sending some sensitivity into their brain. Another ignored sensitive spot in a man's body, number two, is the neck. You see this neck? I don't know, some of my married women that are watching me, if you have a husband, he must have told you that whenever you touches his neck, it sends him to sleep. The neck is a very sensitive spot in a man's body. You see those back of this neck. When you are just massaging it, you are sending a lot of sensitivity into the man's brain, and this can make a man go gaga. Another sensitive spot in a man's body that is being ignored mostly. You see these ants. These ants. The ants are very, very, very sensitive. The toes, the fingers, these fingers, you can just be putting your hand here in a man's body. They are so sensitive. Try to lock your hand with his hands. This is very sensitive and it sends a lot of sensitivity to your brain. These fingers and the toes. Try to lock your toes with this or use your finger to pass through in between his toes. They are very, very sensitive. Another sensitive part in a man's body is the tongue. Yes, the tongue is a very sensitive spot in a man's body. But you know these things that I'm talking about now. It is only on a clean man, or a man that is very, very neat and clean. You cannot do all these things in a dirty man, a man that does not take his shower. So before you do these things on a man as a woman, just take him to the shower, bathe the man. Just take him to the shower. These things can only be done to a clean man, like using your tongue to lick their earlobes. Use your tongue to lick their earlobe. Use your hand to massage their neck, to rub their neck. It is a very, very sensitive. The neck, very, very sensitive. Back of their thigh. The back of a man's thigh is very, very sensitive. If you cannot use your tongue, you can use your hand. Just go softly on the thigh. That is another very ignored part on a man's body that sends sensitivity to their brain. Another one is you can breathe behind his ears. You know, like you're breathing behind his ears, whispering some sweet words into their ears. That is another sensitive spot in a man's ear that a lot of people also ignore. Then butt crack. Do you know the butt crack of a man? Oh my God, that place is very, very, very sensitive. Like I said earlier, you can only do this on a very clean man, a man who takes his hygiene very, very personal, a man who has a good hygiene. You can use the tip of your tongue to go through the butt crack. That is a very sensitive spot that can send cheese to the man's brain. You understand? Then another part again is the inner thigh. We have talked about the inner thigh. Yeah, the inner thigh of a man. The inner thigh. So, seven most ignored sensitive spots of a man's body. Let me start all over again. Number one, ears. Don't ignore your man's ear. Number two, butt crack is butt crack. Don't ignore the butt crack of your man. It is very, very sensitive and can send chills to his brain. Number three is inner thigh. Don't ignore the inner thigh of your husband. This can send chills into their brain. Number four is tongue. Yes. When you want to kiss your man, I've taught you how, okay, I'm going to do a video on how to actually like kiss so that you will understand better. Locking of your tongue together, this can send sensitive chills to the brain of a man. Number five is neck. Neck is neck. You see it? This can send sensitive chills to your man's brain. Number six, you see the back of his thigh. We talked about his inner thigh, the back of his thigh. Then number seven, that is, in fact, that number seven, I don't want to list it here because I am a Christian mother, so that they will not, oh, look at this person, look at this person. You see the breast, the nipple. Like, try to use your tongue to waggle around his nipple, not like sucking. Just use your tongue to like do something like a circle round his nipple, round his nipple. These are 7 sensitive zones in the man's body that can send them chills. So women, enough of me, myself. A man also wants to be touched. A man also needs your affection. Do this today and you see your husband running back from work, spending 40 minutes in the shower just to get this special treatment from you.